You know that feeling when you're stuck at a red light, right? Twisting the throttle on something that's got that raw mechanical heartbeat. The kind of bike that literally coined the word superbike back when your dad was probably still in diapers. It's loud, it's brash, and yeah, it makes everybody on the sidewalk stop dead in their tracks and stare like you're some kind of alien. So Honda finally yanked the covers off the 2026 CB750, and it's showing up on showroom floors with a base sticker of $7,999. But here's the thing, this isn't some half-baked refresh with new decals and a tweaked fender. No, this bike is going straight for the throat of the American middleweight scene. Think Yamaha XSR 900, think Kawasaki Z900. Honda's basically saying, move over fellas, and honestly, they might just have the chops to back it up. They're rewriting the whole playbook on what a Streetfighter can be over here, on our asphalt. If you think you already know what a mid-size Honda feels like, wipe that slate clean, because this thing flips the script entirely. But before we decide whether it actually earns that legendary badge on the tank, we've got to dig into what's hiding under all that aggressive new bodywork, because the real magic, it's buried deep in the guts. Let's talk looks first. Before you even flip the key, this machine practically reaches out and grabs you. The styling walks this razor's edge between old school cool and futuristic hooligan. Up front, there's this angry dual square LED headlight setup. I swear, it looks less like a commuter bike and more like a pissed off wasp hunting for trouble. The gas tank holds 4 gallons and has these deep, sharp knee cutouts that make the bike look like it's been hitting the gym while letting you really clamp on when things get twisty. Toward the back, the lines taper into this knife-edge tail section that just screams, go fast. The frame? Lightweight diamond steel, tipping the scales at a mere 36.6 pounds. To put that in perspective, that's notably skinnier than what you'd find on older middleweight nakeds. Curb weight with all fluids and a full tank? A flickable 432 pounds. It looks like a rocket even sitting still on its side stand. But come on, looking good in the garage is the easy part. How many times have we drooled over a bike that rides like a dump truck? Alright, so now we're getting to the good stuff, the motor. Tucked inside that steel frame is a 755cc liquid-cooled 8-valve parallel twin, and it's packing Honda's Unicam tech, which they basically stole straight from their motocross championship bikes. Now I can already hear the purists groaning. A parallel twin with the legendary CB750 name that made its bones on silky inline 4s? Hold your horses, guys. Before you start typing rage comments about ruining a legacy, check out the engineering. They went with a 270-degree crank. Know what that does? It mimics the thump and pulse of a 90-degree V-twin. Fire this thing up and it doesn't buzz like your average commuter appliance. It thumps, it growls. It sounds like a caged animal trying to claw its way out. On the dyno, it's spitting out 91 horses at 9,500 RPM, with 55 foot-pounds of torque hitting at 7,250. But let's get real. What do those digits actually feel like when you ditch the city and hit some back roads? It's a mid-range torque monster, plain and simple. You don't need to wind it out to redline just to get moving. Roll on in third gear at 4,000 RPM, and it just hooks up and catapults you forward like you've been rear-ended by a semi. The throttle-by-wire system makes it instantaneous. But, and this is the big question, can the chassis really handle that punch? Or are you going to be wrestling the bars the second you hit a bumpy canyon? Honda didn't cheap out on the suspension. Up front, you've got 41mm Showa separate function big piston forks. Fancy name, I know, offering 5.1 inches of travel. By splitting the damping and spring duties between the two legs, it stays rock solid under hard braking while soaking up mid-corner bumps without upsetting the whole bike. Out back, there's a ProLink single shock with 7-stage preload adjustability, so if you've got a passenger or a tailbag, you can crank it up a notch. Geometry-wise, with a 25-degree rake and a 55.9-inch wheelbase, the steering is almost telepathic. You think about the apex? Boom, you're already there. It feels crazy light between your knees. Flicking it through tight S-curves takes almost no effort at all, almost like cheating. Brakes? Yeah, they're serious too. Dual 296mm floating discs up front, clamped by radial mount 4-piston Nissan calipers, with 2-channel ABS as standard. Initial bite is progressive but strong. Yank a handful because some idiot pulled out in front of you, and it hauls you down with total composure. No drama, no unsettling the front end. And let's face it, in American traffic, you need brakes you can trust with your life. Speaking of commuting though, what about stop and go hell? Is this thing gonna turn your left hand into a cramped claw? Now we get to the crown jewel, and honestly, it's the feature that's going to make old-timers do a double take. Honda's new E-clutch is standard. And no, I'm not talking about a scooter CVT or a full-on DCT. Under your left foot, it's still a regular mechanical 6-speed, and yeah, there's still a physical clutch lever on the bar, but when the E-clutch is active, you don't need to touch that lever at all. Want to pull away from a red light? Just stomp it down into first, roll on the throttle, and off you go, smooth as butter. The computer handles all the clutch work for you. Want to bang up shifts or down shifts while you're hauling down the highway? Keep that throttle pinned and just click the shifter. It works like an incredibly slick, lightning-fast quick shifter, faster and smoother than even the most skilled human hand. But the absolute best part? If you feel like doing it the old-fashioned way, just grab the lever. The system steps aside instantly. Best of both worlds, period. The cockpit's all managed through a crisp 5-inch full-color TFT display. They bonded the cover glass with some optical process that basically eliminates glare, even in that brutal midday sun we get here. It's days readable, no squinting. Honda Road Sync comes built in, so you can connect your phone for navigation, music, and calls, all controlled from intuitive toggle switches on the left bar. There are 5 ride modes: Sport, Standard, Rain, and 2 fully customizable user modes. These tweak throttle response, engine braking, and traction control, which Honda calls Honda Selectable Torque Control. Get caught in the sudden downpour, flick it to Rain mode, and it instantly softens the delivery to keep that rear tire from spinning up on slick roads. A total lifesaver. So yeah, look at the whole picture. Lightweight chassis, fierce 91 horsepower motor with that intoxicating snarl, a seat height of 31.3 inches, super manageable at stops, game-changing clutch tech, all for under $8,000. It's basically a grand slam of a motorcycle, delivers pure, unfiltered riding joy, yet practical enough to daily commute. It's everything a top-tier Honda street bike ought to be. But here's the twist you probably didn't see coming. Everything I just raved about, the perfect specs, the cafe racer attitude, the mind-blowing performance, the insane price, that's exactly what the ultimate machine should be if Honda actually built it. Except, well, this breathtaking ride is actually a hyper-detailed digital concept from visionary designer Oberdan Bezzi. He basically took the modern Hornet's killer powertrain and wrapped it in this timeless, legendary legacy skin. It's a gorgeous look into a dream garage, nothing more. But hey, if you want to check out a real, honest-to-goodness review of a bike you can actually buy at your local dealer right now, click that video popping up on your screen. Drop a comment and tell me, should Honda just go ahead and build this thing already? I'll catch you in the next one.